Hello. So I said I was going to do this and I wanted to do it from the beginning. I just never got around to it. So basically, when I was trying for a baby, I spent all day looking up pregnancy symptoms, what people were feeling, watching everybody's stories. And I always said that because they helped me so much, just to get through each month when you keep trying and trying and trying and it never happens. And what got me through all those months were literally watching everybody's videos and symptom spotting, basically looking out for the signs and writing them down in a diary and counting the DPOs, learning what all the lingo meant, and that ended up being what I concentrated on more than whether or not I was pregnant. So every month I felt the same. I felt the cramping. I felt maybe it's this time, maybe it's this time, and it wasn't. But when I started to learn it, the cramping I started feeling, I started to notice that I was feeling things like when I was ovulating, and as I was writing down each day all my DPOs, what I was doing was ovulating later and later each month. But I could guarantee that after I'd ovulated, which was the pain in one or either side, I would always get my period 11 days later without fail every time. But this 1 month was different. I did have pain on one side, and like I normally do on my right side, I had a pain, and I wrote that down as 7 DPO, which was really quite early when looking at other months. Yeah, I normally would ovulate, I suppose, about day 14 really. But yeah, 7 DPO, I had a right pelvic pain, which I not jotted down but didn't really know what to make of it. But then on 8 DPO, I had backache and cramping, which I woke up with in the morning, which was really strange after ovulating, because normally I just ovulate and then I'm just waiting and waiting without any other symptoms until you get the monthly symptoms. And then I remember it got to about 11 o'clock in the morning and I went to the loo, TMI. There was a little bit of sort of pinky brown spotting, more brown really, like it was, older, which I sort of got really upset because I thought, oh, I've started. How am I started? It's only been a week. And the fact that my cycles were longer and longer and longer each month, I just thought, it's completely messed up this month. It's again, and I got a bit upset. And 9 DPO, I had more cramps and I started getting headaches, which is strange. Only a light headache, nothing too much, but I thought, oh, maybe I'm tired. I wrote it down anyway because I've written every symptom I felt down, but the cramps and the headache, and I've also written emotional. But I think that was because I thought I was already out for that month, and I thought, well, I'm not even ovulating properly, so this isn't going to happen. 10 DPO, tired and grumpy, and a stuffy nose. So obviously I thought, right, I'm poorly. I felt exhausted, my back was hurting, and I thought, I've got a cold. I'm poorly now. 11 DPO, which was the weirdest one because I started getting hot flashes. Now, I don't get hot flashes. I'm too young. I don't get hot flashes. But I started getting really hot. And I was at work that day, and I'm normally a colder person. I like to be warm. I feel the cold too easy. But to be in a t-shirt and sort of fanning myself at work, even everyone else was asking me if I was okay, but I thought, no, I'm probably poorly. and cramping, more cramping, very light ones, nothing too major. But by then, obviously, I didn't have any more bleeding. It was just the one that I had. So 12 DPO. So bear in mind, I'm normally bleeding 11 days after I ovulate. 12 DPO. I woke up in the morning. Now we had to go out for the day. I'd actually booked for my now husband to go and drive an Audi R8 for the day. So we got up in the morning and I just felt a bit sick, but it wasn't the morning sickness I'd had with my last pregnancy. I just felt like as if I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to eat. And my boobs are hurting. Both of them. Along the top here, they were just really sore. And I put my seatbelt on in the car and I could feel the seatbelt on the car, which is really, really unusual. But I started to think then, this isn't right. I think I might be pregnant. I didn't say anything. All day I didn't say anything because he was going to be driving his car. The day was about him. I didn't want to say anything. So I didn't. And we got to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We just got home. And my other daughter was at a birthday party. And I said, I think I need to do a pregnancy test. And he said, well, do it then. And I thought, well, I didn't want to do it because if it didn't say pregnant, I would have felt a bit like an idiot, basically. I had done so many each month I'd done tests, and obviously they were always negative. So I almost thought I didn't want to waste it. I didn't think we were that lucky, but something was making me feel like I should do it. So I went and did the test and I put it back in the packet. I didn't want to look, so I put it back in the packet. It was a digital one. This is another reason why I didn't want to waste it, was because the only one I had in the house was one don't quite know what I was waiting for. I think I was waiting to know that I was pregnant to use it, which is really, really weird. But it was the digital one that tells you how many weeks. And I thought, no, just do it. Just do it. So I went up in the bathroom, did it, put it back in the packet, went downstairs and I passed it to him because I couldn't look. And bear in mind, this is the only test he knew I'd done because I didn't tell him all the others. Probably because I kind of knew that they weren't going to say yes, but I think you just sort of do it anyway with hope. And yeah, so I kind of went downstairs. Sorry, my computer's flashing at me to restart. Did it, went downstairs, and a couple of minutes later he opened it, and that's exactly what it said: pregnant 1 to 2 weeks. And I didn't know what to think. I just didn't know. I all of a sudden got nervous. I got really worried. They were my first emotions. Although I knew that's what we wanted, we were trying, I was just so nervous, and just to think it's finally happened. And then after that, symptoms seemed to go away. The cramping stopped. I've written here not many symptoms because it was weird. It was like as soon as I knew, nothing, and I expected a lot more. But no, a couple of weeks went by, nothing. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, it just hit me. I had tiredness, I had heartburn, I just felt awful. And I almost had the worst few months you could possibly have. I thought I'd got away with it at the beginning, but the heartburn was horrendous. I couldn't eat anything. But then at the same time, if you don't eat, you feel worse. So you kind of don't know what to do in those situations. I was coming home from work and I was sleeping before tea. I was having a nap before tea, which I thought, why not? I'm pregnant now. I'm tired. I'm having a nap. So I started napping, and yeah, and that was it. That was the beginning, really. That was the first month or so. And but I will say, every month you feel symptoms. You look for symptoms. You feel them. But the two that were different this month was the bleed I had, which was strange. And it was literally, I googled implantation bleeding, and it didn't happen with my first pregnancy, and I didn't think it would happen to me, but I'd heard about it and I'd googled it, and I'd even googled pictures, and I suppose everybody is different, but it was literally the tiniest bit, one wipe, gone. Didn't happen again, didn't come out again, tiniest bit. And I did think, is this what it is? Have I had that? Because when I got pregnant the first time, my daughter, I didn't symptom spot. I didn't know. I didn't have all the information. I didn't have the internet, so I didn't have Google. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have anything until I went to a midwife and she gave me a book. So I had nothing. So when you like read up on all these things, you could feel, and then you're feeling for every stomach ache. You're feeling for everything. But when this bleed actually happened, it's a nice moment to think that like you're getting these symptoms that you're supposed to feel, and it was a sign, and it was brilliant. It was amazing. And the fact that it happened was like the pregnancy, it was just weird, because I'd obviously every month been getting later and later and later. So, and this was the actual month when I said, I don't think it's going to happen. And it did. It happened earlier, and it was obviously meant to be. And so I'm just letting people know what my symptoms were, because each month when you symptom spot, the month it happens are different symptoms. Every month I felt the same. I felt the same twinges, I felt the same feelings, and it was different. When people say you just know, you just do. Like that month was just different. The same symptoms I always got, except the added of the bleed and the soreness here, and it was not in boob area, it was more higher boob, which was strange. So yeah, so I hope this video helps people. I've probably waffled on a little bit because that's what I'm good at, and it's just another video to watch, because you find, just to pass the time, and you end up looking through every video you can find. That I ended up looking back through the people I did like and rewatching their videos, because it's just something to hold on to know that you're not the only one who is checking for every symptom, and you're not the only one who's trying, and you're not the only one who it's not happening to. So this is the video I've been waiting to make for ages. I mean, I've had my baby now, and he is actually on the monitor behind me because he's having a nap, and he's now 4.5 months old. So my next video is actually, I obviously didn't do my monthly updates. I wanted to, I didn't, but I did do I did weekly pictures, and I still watched everyone else's weekly updates, but I didn't have the confidence, and two, I just never got around to it. I think it was the confidence thing, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't. So my next video will be, because the next top thing I googled was my signs of labour. So I'm going to do a video next which would be all my labour signs, which is an interesting one. It was a fun day, not going to lie, it was scary, but I'm going to do that one next for people who want to know how to know when or what your early signs of being in labour are. So thank you for watching, and if this helps anybody through, good, that was my job, and this is going to go out into the world of everyone else's. So I shall see you again soon, hopefully, with my labour story.